And we're joined now by a second round pick of the Dallas Stars. He is Kamloops Blazers forward, Logan Stankoven. Logan, thank you for joining us. Tell me about the draft. It was a busy weekend for NHL teams, WHL teams, yourself as well. Give me a sense of, how you spent the weekend and what the reaction was like with yourself, your family, when the Dallas Stars called your name.
Yeah, it was definitely an exciting weekend. I think for me and my family, we didn't want to expect too much. You never know how the draft is going to turn out, and obviously you don't know ahead of time where you're going to go or what team's going to choose you in what round. So for me, I just tried to, I guess stay even keel and enjoy the whole experience because it only happens once, and not many kids get this opportunity, and so much work and time and effort have been put in over the years. So once my name was called, it was nice to celebrate with friends and family, and it's just a fun weekend overall.
Obvious ties, of course, between the Blazers and the Dallas Stars with ownership, but that aside, give me a sense of, how excited you are to be a member of that organization and a team that isn't too far removed from an appearance in the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah, for sure. I think, I think it was pretty cool to see them, have that Stanley Cup run, I guess a year ago in the playoff bubble there. Similar to Montreal, you didn't really see it coming. You didn't expect Dallas to be the team to make it all the way to the Stanley Cup finals, but you never know what can happen in the playoffs. So obviously they weren't able to make the playoffs this year, but I think they got a great core going there in Dallas. And, they've got a good mix of younger guys coming in like Heiskanen and Robertson, but they got those older guys like Sagan and Ben and Pavelski. So, I think they got a good group there, and obviously it's going to be a few more years until, hopefully I can make that jump to playing in Dallas. But for now, it's just nice to sit back and watch them have success.
You played in the Dallas area this spring, Logan, as part of Team Canada at the World Under-18 Championship, that gold medal performance. You got a bit of a taste for the city, but aside from that, give me a sense of, what you took from that experience with Hockey Canada and how you also have translated into the summer development camp in the Calgary area over the past week or so.
Yeah, I think it's just the professionalism and the way Hockey Canada, carries themselves. Obviously, they hold you to high standards, and for me, I hold myself to high standards when it comes to hockey and schooling and just everyday life. So I expect a lot out of myself, and I'm going to give 100% every day. And, I think I did that to the best of my abilities at the U18s there. And, obviously going into the U20 camp that I just had, it was the next step up. We were playing against, the O2 age group. And obviously, my other fellow O3s as well. I think it just goes to show, how many good players there are out there, and it's a tough route, and there's lots of good players. So I think it's just a good stepping stone to, learn from, and hopefully be invited back to next year's camp and make the team next year. Obviously, I'm not going to expect to make the team this year. I was pretty surprised that I was even invited to the World Junior Camp. So I just wanted to soak it all in, enjoy the experience, and learn from it.
The people I've talked to who have taken part in that camp, you're the third, I think, this week, have kind of all identified it as being intense. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think it was definitely intense. I think you're always kind of on edge as well. Hockey Canada takes pride in, the professionalism and being on time. Your time management is key. And obviously you don't want to be late for meetings or practices or whatever else is going on. So I think you're always kind of nervous, or you feel like something's going on. So I think a lot of us, when we're back, in our hotel or back sitting in our hotel rooms, we're always worried about, are we missing a meeting? Like, what's going on here? Because, obviously you don't want to miss a meeting. That's the last thing that you want to happen to yourself. So, I think it's obviously physically draining, but mentally as well. It's stressful. You want to make sure that you perform to the best of your ability and showcase to everyone watching that, hey, you deserve a spot on the team, and you just want to go there, work hard, and do whatever you can to impress, the scouts and the Hockey Canada staff.
Let's talk about your Kamloops Blazers. It was a good draft for them. As we mentioned off the top, 3 players picked, including Cade Bankier and Josh Pillar. What does that tell you about the strength of your team? I mean, back-to-back BC division titles and, multiple years now where multiple Blazers have been picked in the NHL draft. Tell me a little bit about, what a feather in the cap that must be to yourself, your teammates, and the organization as a whole.
Yeah, I think it's really big for our, just our team in general. And obviously we have a great core here in Kamloops, some good young guys coming up, and obviously with Banks and Pills being drafted, it's really cool to see them go. And obviously they put in tons of work and effort, and great players, but just great human beings off the ice and great teammates. And, those two are some of my best buddies on the team. So, I was really happy to see them, both go to the same team in Minnesota. And, I'm looking forward to, having more success with them this upcoming season.
Is it safe to say that the Blazers as a group are ready to hit the ground running when camp opens in September?
Yeah, for sure. I think we've kind of been snubbed a bit the past few years. Obviously, we had great teams, but there was no playoffs with COVID kind of wrecking that, and obviously having more of a shortened season with only playing 22 games. So I think this year, hopefully we can have a full season, get to playoffs and show everyone that, hey, we got a great team here in Kamloops, and we want to make sure that we can go deep in the playoffs and make a good run. And I think it's going to be exciting.
We're 5 weeks away from the start of the WHL preseason. A little bit further on down the road, NHL training camps get underway. What's next for you as you prepare for a full season of hockey this winter?
For me, I'm just gonna, I guess, enjoy the rest of the summer that I have. Obviously, I'm gonna keep on going with my summer training schedule. I'm on the ice lots and in the gym almost every day. So I'm gonna keep on going with that. And then coming up around, I think it's September 9th, I leave for the Dallas Stars, I guess, rookie camp or development camp. So I leave September 9th, and then I think there's a prospect showcase in Traverse City in Michigan. So I think they're going to fly all of us prospects to there, have a little showcase. And then from there, I think it's either main camp or back to the Blazers. So, I think for now, I just want to prepare for that camp and make sure that, I guess I'm ready to go, because once I get there, I'll be playing against, guys that are fully grown, basically playing against men. So, for me, just build on my strength, my skating, and, but at the same time, you want to enjoy summer a bit. So it's going to be fun, but it's going to be tough. So.